Boom, we're live, direct, New York, future, yes. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Look at that, snow, holy shit, winter still exists. I didn't realize, I thought they canceled that shit. Um, but it's back for Cameo. Um, it's not the nicest snow, it was kind of like raining slush when I was walking earlier here, but you know, it looks nice. It's winter, it's cold, oh. A snowball fight. Tyler had a snowball fight.
Full-on snowball fight in Manhattan.
All right. Well, I got Tyler here. Willie had an appointment. She's trying to make it in time, but I don't know if she's going to make it or not. There. She says she'll be there in 5. So, yeah. Willie's out. Well, it's not really a storm anymore, but trudging through the snow, racing here to get to you guys. So she'll be here soon. We got some Futureyeses. This is a nicely dialed in product. We've been through a lot of rounds, huh?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna step down from the podium, and let's get into some details. You can see Tyler rocking some Tannic. Is it Tannic?
Tannic, yeah. You want to go for the colors?
Yeah. Let's do colors.
You can do the
black.
So black and Disrupt. Tannic.
And I don't remember the name of that.
Dark olive.
Dark olive and I don't remember, olive coral maybe? Coral light, I don't know. I don't remember the name of that one either.
This we call Deep Ink, I think.
This might be Deep Ink.
Dark Deep Ink.
Deep Ink with some more Disrupt.
And Sagebrush.
Sagebrush with the coral tan or something. What do we call that one? I don't know. Let's look at the paracords. They're nice. That's Disrupt. You guys know that one. We use that a lot. This one, I don't know if we've used this one before. Maybe it's shown up once or twice.
That one I love. That's like my favorite right now. My favorite combo.
And then this one I really like, the olive with the coral. Nice like pop there, more Disrupt. And then this is the tan with the coral. So they're subtly different. Like here, if you put them next to each other, you can see same structure. Actually, there might be slight, very subtle structural changes, but basically the same structure. You can see one of them's got the olive and the coral. One of them's got the tans and the coral. But, you know, obviously the main color you see is there. Tyler. We got Tyler rocking a size small.
Yeah, I'm wearing a size small.
Size, 6 foot, 135.
65.
What did I say?
135.
Oh, 165. Okay, my bad. Shoes untied.
That's because I got to switch.
All right. Well, why don't you show people how you like to wear the paracord?
All right. So we actually have video on this on the site.
We're gonna zoom way in on the crotch here. You don't have to untie it to put it through.
I did when I did the video. I don't know. I can try it this way. Yeah. See, it's.
Oh, you're taking the whole paracord off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there's 3 different ways at least.
Okay. I'm sorry. So you can do this.
Well, that's not recommended. That's not recommended.
Well, isn't that what you're talking about?
No, just tuck through the holes.
So I did it a different way.
Okay.
But the way I like, so this is
yeah,
like a set it and forget.
That's what I'm saying. There's more than 3, but there's 3 that we recommend. So one is the way that you've seen. This is the second way, and then you don't need to untie to do this, right? So this is like if you want like a cleaner look, but the paracord, like the bulk of the 3-bar on the outside, you can tuck the cords back through the hole, and then what Tyler will show you, we'll pull back out.
You just have to unknot. Not a big deal.
This just takes a little more work, but once it's done, and you can really fully relace this joint.
But let's see. First, you're gonna take this off. Any questions out there? Well,
no, I don't. This is a weird question. It's just thought this was a brand page, LR. Am I crazy? They switched it up. This is definitely a brand page. This is our brand. And we're talking about the newest product. I don't quite understand this comment, but
all right, so then string it back through.
Boom.
And again, this is a set it.
Yeah, and so here.
This isn't like a thing that you do.
So this is if you don't want the paracord on the outside. The 3-bar on the outside. You can get the adjustment onto the inside this way. There's a little bit of paracord that shows through, just that like little peak. And Tyler's.
And
So you lace in through the one of the middle two, right? You go like when you lace the 3 bars, you always go in through the middle bottom. Not always, but this is the basic setting. In through the middle bottom, out through the outside, right on both sides, and then you get your adjust. Boom, and then you can see like it's hidden now. So this is the Tyler clean way. Boom, there you have it. Let's see if there's some questions in here. Will the shorts get this? Some shorts will get, yes. This paracord setup, we like it a lot too, so it depends on the short, but there will be shorts with this setup. What tee are you wearing? It looks like, I mean, it's a sagebrush.
Ultra, just the ultra fine will cut one.
Yeah, ultra fine cut one, size medium.
It says medium, yeah.
Yeah, ultra fine cut one, medium. That was the question. So this is an important question. So these got sized up half a size from the New York City release, right? The Made in NYC version of these, we changed a few things. And one of them was the sizing. So it got sized up half a size, one number size, right? So it's a half size change, so it really depends on where you fit on the old one. If the old one fit you perfectly, then you could probably stay the same, but it'll fit a little bit looser, right? If the old one fit you loose, you can stay the same and it'll fit you. Oh no, you should size down. If the old one fit you loose, you should size down. And if the old one fit you tight, then it should fit you perfectly this time around. But it's a half a size larger, one full numerical size larger. So, the mediums this year are size 32s, 33, whereas the Made in NYC ones were size 31, 32, essentially. So it's half an alpha size. Alpha is in like small, medium, large, alphabetical. Hopefully that's clear. We'll talk about it some more. All right, Tyler, you gonna do it behind the scenes, change to another color?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh wait, let's go show some details. This is a good one to show details. Well, it's on you. It's great to see.
All right.
Key loop. I don't remember. Was this in NYC or not?
This was not.
Yeah. So we got the key loop in here. You have a.
No, I don't have my keys here.
I have keys, but they're on the other side of the room.
But it's quite easy. Thank you, Willie.
Willie is gonna so key
you can
loop, boom, and you can also tuck it back in the pocket. That's nicely there. There you go. So
that's also on the site. So that's really easy.
Yeah.
There's a big pocket here. I will show you with the phone.
Yeah. So
you can. There's a very secure pocket for things that you want to stash away and keep in there. It's kind of tucked back.
And that's a regular iPhone with a case.
Yeah, and then this is a big iPhone.
No, is that a big one?
Yeah, it's a big one.
Oh yeah, okay, big with a case. Big with a case. Boom, in there. It fit.
Yeah.
And we got a nice symbol of nothing back there, a lightning, a 30 millimeter joint. Inside's got some flow through power mesh, which mostly is for like ventilation in this case. I mean, in theory, I guess it's flow through if you want to swim in these, but I don't recommend it.
But if you do,
Also in the front pocket.
Yeah, front.
Well.
It's just comfortable. It's nice, and it gives you like extra ventilation like through the legs. All right, now we got Willie.
Hi.
What's
I'm
up,
here.
Willie? How you doing?
I'm good.
So- Fresh from the doctor's.
Fresh from the dock.
All right, so no, let's pace ourselves.
Did we talk about?
The waistband?
Yeah.
No, we did not.
Okay, let's talk about the waistband. To me, this is the key difference from the last one. So let's talk really quickly about the difference between this Futureyeses and the previous run of the Futureyeses. One is the size shift, so it shifted up one size. If anyone has specific questions.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit, but we can keep hammering until.
Then there's that, and then there is the waistband construction. So On the previous one, it was 2 pieces, waistband outer and waistband facing. And that was born from the OG fabric, which kind of demanded that.
Yeah.
And then we realized it kind of just wasn't the best choice, so we went to the fold over waistband, which I think is, in general, a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, so the OG fabric has 2 faces, right? And so one's very much supposed to be against the body, and one's very much supposed to be on the outside. And so, you know, you can't do fold over and have both faces facing the right direction. So we separated it. This one has one face, you know, the front and back are basically identical on this fabric. And, you know, when you do the 2 pieces, it adds bulk. And so by removing that, making it fold over again, kind of reversion, we reduce bulk and it's more comfortable.
The inside, you have my namesake feature.
Oh, the Willie Wall.
Willie Wall does what you think it does,
Keeps things
but
discreet.
it also,
And, you know, pairing with the Willie Wall, there's also a faux fly here.
Yeah,
And
there is,
this is like very much like from experience. You'll see this on a lot of pants actually. And you're like, why the hell is there a faux fly there? There's, you know, it adds a little bit bulk and it adds a little bit of visual noise that does wonders for keeping things discreet.
yes, so yeah, exactly. So it is a second piece of fabric under here. And if it's not there, I notice it, and sometimes it's a good notice, but on this pan it wasn't a good notice. You know, you've got to design the good notice, and this wasn't it.
Well, this is a relatively thin fabric. It can be a little, you know, if it's not designed properly, it can reveal a little too much information.
Mesh pockets, full mesh in front, half mesh in back.
Yeah. People are asking how these compare to the original F-cloth yes pants in fit. Do we remember? They're similar. They might fit a little larger. I'm not sure.
It's extra small.
Yeah, all right. So Tyler just sized down one size. If people want the size down, getting a little tight, size down in the same color. So yeah, you get like, it's not quite slim. There's some room in the thigh, but it's a much slimmer fit.
Feels pretty slim.
Yeah. All right. There we
I'll
go.
put on the size up now.
Yeah. Tyler's gonna size up, and let's talk a little bit more about.
So then you have, let's look with the waistband a little bit. So there's 3, this is how it's going to ship. It's going to ship coming out like this, 3-bar paracord. And then you have the option to, when it's on, put it through this eyelet, which goes all the way through the whole waistband. These might be a little bit different than what you've seen before in the past. It doesn't have the 3 snake knots. And that is intentional. It's so you can kind of get it through there without a huge amount of...
It's like a smaller barrel knot, I think.
Exactly. Sorry, barrel knot.
Yeah.
And then, if you're feeling specific, you can really simply unknot this.
Yeah, we showed that on Tyler live. So there's basically 3 recommendations. Actually, do you have that one, Tyler? Yeah. 3 recommendations that we, you know, if you find a better way, more power to you. But like, you know, you can leave the cord dangling on the outside, makes it easy to adjust, whatever. I tend to shift it to the side, or you can have it dangling in the center. And then you can relace it, which we showed earlier in the video, so that the 3-bar goes on the inside, and then you get this sort of effect on the outside. And then the third way is just sort of a modification of the first way, where you leave the 3-bar on the outside, but Tyler's doing it right now. You just tuck those through, and so you get this sort of hybrid.
I kind of did it wrong. I don't know how I did that wrong.
That would have worked.
Yeah, probably would have. But now it looks neater.
Yeah, so you get this hybrid where it's tucked on the right, and now you adjust on the inside. The dangle is on the inside, but the paracord itself and the 3-bar, the bulk of the 3-bar is on the outside. So 3 ways. And again, like, if you want to get creative, please do.
Is it
Show
easy
us.
to replace it if the cord comes all the way out? I wouldn't say easy.
It's not easy at all. If the cord comes all the way out, it's very hard. In fact, when we do relace it, so like the factories have special tools to put these cords in. And if you want to swap cord, which I have done many times, I tend to like safety pin or otherwise attach. You could even melt them together, honestly. But securely attach the new cord to the old cord and then pull the cord through, right? So if you attach it on this side, you pull it this way, pull it all the way through, and then that pulls the new cord through, right? The cord comes out, then like, usually like a metal clothes hanger, you can help get it through, but it's not going to be fun to get it through. And there's, I forget what it's called, but there's actually a tool that the factories use to install this stuff.
You can buy draw cord threaders on Amazon, but actually the tool that you're thinking of is probably called a bodkin. And that is used for this purpose. The reason I know that is because I interned in a company called Bodkin.
All right.
When I was 18.
Wow.
Down the street.
People say that Ojack's looking good, Willie.
It doesn't come off. Key loop. Do we go over colors?
What's up with the audio? The voices are getting morphed. Everybody's voices sound deep. I don't know. I'd take deep and change the volume. That should be worse, I think. I don't know what's up with the audio. How much stretch in the top open? Technically 4 inches, right?
Yeah, so here, this might be a good visual representation. I believe it's 4, so it's like if it's 18,
it's going to be hard to probably get the full 4, but I think mathematically it's 4.
That might visually
So it's like 2, 2.5 here, right? So 4 inches total. But, you're very stretched out there. It doesn't function like a 4.
If you get to the max thing, it's not going to look good.
Yeah.
Basically.
But mathematically, there are 4 extra inches in the waistband.
So I am now wearing medium.
Yeah. So now Tyler's in medium black. Oh yeah, he was small originally. So we went to black and also a size up. So you get a little more looseness, chilling.
Yeah. And so I like both. I could wear medium. I'd probably wear a small. Probably get a small, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of flexibility. It's elastic waist, right? Here, I'm wearing a large right now. If you want to see. It's a large. It's not really my pant. I don't know how much I really wear this, but it feels good. It's very comfortable.
Look good.
Yeah, I mean, it works. It's chill. It's sick. It's easy. I got long johns underneath it, disintegrators. And shoes, we got the Moab Speed 2s. Just got these, but highly recommended for hiking shoes.
Did you go hiking in them?
I haven't gone hiking yet, but they feel that they have they have a real nice stable feel, right? But they have a decent amount of cushion too, right? So you really feel like you could jump around the rocks in them. And then they got a waterproof top and all that shit. So, the real deal.
Cool. Pants are good for that too.
You mentioned hiking yesterday, so I wasn't sure if you went hiking.
Oh, I mean, I have hiked in the past in the world. Yeah, what else do we have here?
There's also a double turn back.
Oh, double turn back if you want them longer, so you can get about an extra 1.5 inches. If you want to increase the inseam. I don't know. That's kind of it, right? Is there anything else?
you want to go with the fabric?
People want to know what shoe you're wearing in the jump rope video.
I honestly don't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
They're a Nike shoe. I don't know.
Some Nike shit. All right. What else did you want to say?
Do you want to go with fabric?
Tyler's breaking out the tripod. He wants me to fucking nerd out on fabric. Oh man, am I ready for this?
You don't have to be. We can.
I'll go in.
We can go in on.
I'm gonna go in.
Stuff too.
You might as well do it because he's gonna ask you that.
I'm gonna do it. We'll see if I do it well. This stuff is the F cloth, the Future cloth, depending on how you want to look at it. It's a workhorse fabric. Here, I'm not getting the good macro. There we go. That's a little bit better.
There it is.
So you can see it's a plain weave, really simple fabric. Actually, don't know if it's a 1x1 or 2x2. It's probably Can you tell in there? I think it's a 1x1.
I think it's a 1x1.
Yeah, looks like a 1x1. So plain weave, basic, the simplest weave structure you can get. It's got two-way stretch, so that means it's left and right. Slightly confusing. So across, the warp of the fabric stretch. Let's see if I can get a good visual. I'm not getting one, but weft is this way, warp is that way, and you're not going to notice the stretch. Like the point of a two-way stretch like that is generally not to make a fabric that feels really stretchy. Like generally you need a four-way stretch to really get that effect. Really extreme two ways can do it, but the point of a two-way stretch is really to create the absence of restriction, right? We can get this exact same fabric without the stretch, and when you test it, like it's more likely you notice the binding, the restriction on it. When you have that little bit of two-way stretch in there, it just kind of like removes the thought, and the whole point is that you don't notice it. So if you're buying this thinking this is like some yoga pants stretch, like it's not. You could do yoga in this because it's loose enough and it has that absence of restriction, but it's not going to feel like, like a four-way stretch fabric will, where you're like really notice how much it stretches. And if you get it really tight, like you will notice like it only stretches across, right, rather than up and down. But at this looseness, like it should disappear, right? The stretch should disappear. So F cloth, what else can we say about it? So the heart of it is what's under there is actually like technically a Cordura grade. Cordura is a trademark, so it gets a little tricky in there. I'm pretty sure this is trademarked Cordura, like branded Cordura. The trademark's licensed to like lots of different, well not lots, but a handful of different nylon providers, so it gets kind of complicated. And in this day and age, like it doesn't necessarily mean it's any better than something that's made to the same specs. But what is in there is a very fine Cordura. Cordura is usually associated with like your heavy, like Cordura 1000D Cordura is like your classic crazy old school backpack, or your Jansports, your old Jansports are like probably a 500D, something like that. This one I think from memory is like 150D. Is that right? Tyler, I'm looking at Tyler and he doesn't have the answer for me. We'll see if it works. I'll say 150D for now, but it's in that range, right? Like maybe 250 at the most. And so it's a much finer Cordura. It's not like super, super fine, but it's much finer than you're used to. And, what these are essentially nylon 6/6s. Nylon 6/6 is the high tenacity nylon. It's the more durable nylon, the one with the higher melting point. It's the one that DuPont created originally. There's also like a cheaper nylon, the nylon 6, that followed. That was people copying DuPont, trying to find new ways to get around DuPont's patent, right? Like this is, almost 80 years ago, right? And that those patents are all expired, so it doesn't really matter anymore. But nylon 6/6 is the good shit. And Cordura is both nylon 6/6, so high tenacity nylon, but it's also, and it's a filament, right? Your standard plastic, right, extruded, but it's air texturized. So what that means is that little jets of hot air are shot at the thread, the yarn, as it's being extruded through what's called a spinneret, right? So the yarn is getting extruded through a spinneret, and little jets of hot air go on and off, and they deform the fabric into like a crimp, like a zigzag, right? The jet is shooting, and it's hot, so it melts the fabric, pushes it out, stops, right? So the fabric like reverts back, jet shoots again, deforms the fabric, and you create a crimping effect, right? So like a little bit like a spring or curly hair, right, effect. And this emulates like the properties of cotton fiber essentially, and it creates like a softer, springier, nicer feeling fabric, but it's still nylon 6/6. It's still a high tenacity nylon. It's super strong, it's super durable, but it's a little softer and a little duller than your standard nylon that if you think of nylon as this shiny slick thing, that's probably a nylon 6. Might be lightly calendarized to melt it. This is the opposite. It's designed to like have like a dull, like nice feeling, absorb light, feel really nice to the touch, but still be super durable. So a really straightforward fabric. F cloth or Future cloth. And you can see that plane weave.
You looked like you rehearsed that all night. You did really good, Abe.
All right, well, thank you.
One less thing on it is F0.
Yeah, I was going to get into DWR. So now I'm zooming in on people, giving people. The last piece of the puzzle here is the DWR. We don't have any water to show you right now. But this is treated with a, we call it F0. It hasn't really taken off. So like a lot of people call it Seed Zero DWR. And so I can talk about the difference there, right? Like most DWRs traditionally are fluorocarbons, right? Fluoride molecule and carbon molecule. And then the numbers refer to how many carbon molecules are on there. So like C8 is a fluoride molecule with 8 carbon molecules attached to it. Tyler just got some water on here so we can see. Boom, look at that. Look at those beads. Look at that. This is Zelenar 3.
Wow, that's beautiful. Every time.
Every
It's really
time.
impresses every time.
Every time we got the water resistance. Let me take it back. We're talking about, what we call F0. A lot of people call C0. So like a C6 or C8 is a fluoride molecule, and C6 is 6 carbon molecules. A C8 is 8. Your old school, whatchamacallit, the stuff that used to be able to spray that got banned. No, the spray stuff that got banned. Scotchgard. Scotchgard was a C2, right? Fluoride in 2 molecules. That one was super toxic. They banned that a long time ago.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So you got a fluoride and then all these carbons, right? And so C0 doesn't make any sense because there's actually still carbon in this in the Zelenar 3. But what they got rid of is it's a totally different chemistry, but it has no fluoride in it anymore. And fluoride's where all the problems come from. Like it's the same thing as like the ozone chemicals were also fluorocarbons, right? The ones that were destroying the ozone layer. And so we call it F0 because there's no fluoride in it. There is actually carbon in it. It's olefin based, so there is actually still carbon. But a lot of people say C0. Just I don't know. It's stuck. It's weird. It makes no chemical sense. But people say C0 as in removing the fluorocarbons. But really, you're actually removing the fluoride, not the carbon. What fluorine? Fluorine. Okay, yeah. Fluoride is a different compound, huh?
Yeah, it's like 2.
All right. So what we're really doing is removing the fluorine, not the fluoride. And not the carbon. But we've done a lot of testing. We have a favorite, which is called Zelenar 3. We use that one. We spec that one. There's sort of like competing stuff in the industry. So it either needs to be that or Shoulder Eco Repel. They're both very similar. They have a little bit of proprietary details, so we can't really, figure out exactly what the difference is, but they test very similarly. They're the most durable. In fact, the Zelenar 3, in particular, with this fabric, we mill tested extensively, and it's more durable, right? We got rid of the fluorocarbons. It's more durable. And the thing one of the things we really, really like about the Zelenar 3 is not only is it water resistant, but it's stain resistant. It resists tannin stains very well. And that's sort of like why the switchover has taken so long, is that what's lost in the switch, right? What's lost in the switch between going, a fluorocarbon-based DWR and a non-fluorocarbon DWR is that the fluorocarbon DWRs are the only chemistry out there that are reliably both hydrophobic and oleophobic. Right? So hydrophobic means it repels water, right? That's the water resistance. But oleophobic means it repels oil, right? And in most uses of, like in a frying pan, the oleophobic is super important, right? That's why Teflon was on frying pans and shit. But in clothing, the oil resistance is actually not that great, first of all. But it really is more useful, not because it repels oil, but it prevents stains from locking in, right? And so what's really nice about the Zelenar 3 is like it doesn't prevent oil stains, right? If you spill olive oil all over these pants, they're going to get oil stains in them, especially if you rub it in. If you do try and they scrape it off really fast, don't rub it in, right? But what's really nice about it is that it resists tannin stains super, super well. And tannin is like the most common thing that stains your shit. It's your red wine stain, your coffee stain, your tea stain, right? And so if you spill a little coffee on these, it's probably not going to get in there because it's got a really nice coating that repels it, right? So it makes for a really nice wearable pant, and it tests really well, and it's a little annoying. The chemical industry likes to keep things proprietary, which sucks because it means we can't evaluate every single detail of it. But as best we can tell, this is a dramatically healthier chemical than the old fluorocarbons. And it's more durable. It repels water nicely. Maybe not quite as well as your old C6 or C8, but it does do it. It does the job. It means things dry faster, and it keeps things clean. All right, what else do we got? Do we have other questions? Yes, that's a great point. So Tyler just said something that I'll repeat. Like, one of the trade-offs with the LNR3 is that you cannot dry clean it. It's maybe a good thing. This is a chemistry that is based on olefin, like wax, right? And so the dry cleaning solvents will strip it right off, right? But dry cleaning is bad. Try not to dry clean your shit. What dry cleaning means is not actually dry. It's the liquid they put on it. It's different solvents. It's stuff that dissolves fucking all kinds of shit. If they wash it off and get rid of it, it's not really a problem. But these are toxic chemicals. You don't want them near your skin. Avoid dry cleaning. That's my recommendation. But definitely avoid dry cleaning on the Futureyeses, anything in F-cloth with this LNR3, because it'll strip the DWR right off of it.
Futureyeses are up.
Yeah, so Futureyeses are up. Let's take a look. Look at them covered in water down here. We got, 5 colors. Is this olive territory or dark olive? This is olive territory.
Dark olive.
This is dark olive. Okay, dark olive, tannic, sagebrush.
Yep.
Black and deep ink. They're up. They're live. And what else? What's next on the menu, Tyler?
That's a Willie question.
Oh my god.
2 pockets. We got
2 pockets. Okay.
two pockets next week.
Question.
Not 1, but 2 pockets and shirts. Fingers crossed. Let's cross those 2 fingers. We'll see. I think they're at the warehouse already, though, right? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
We had Monday off.
I've looked
We're
at
rusty.
the-
It's the beginning of the year. F-Cloth Traveler still in the works? No.
Not really.
Yeah, no, I mean... And... Two pockets, it's a nihilistic and a strong twill. I think that's the question here. It says nihilistic or F-Cloth. I think that's about the 2 pockets, and yes, it is the nihilistic 2 pocket and the F-Cloth 2 pocket. In the Traveler, just people want to know what happened to the Traveler. Really doesn't want to answer.
No, no, it's not that I don't want to answer it. It's just nothing really happened to it, and that's why
It just got
nothing happened
jammed.
to it.
Yeah. Like some products. So what happens? Like these products exist as patterns, right? Like flat pieces of paper, right? That represent like how you cut the actual fabric, and then how it all, right? And then the magic of making clothes is transforming a flat piece of fabric into a 3-dimensional object, right? And all these different points are connected to each other in crazy ways, and so there's a lot of art there. And sometimes patterns just get to a point where they're damaged and they don't work right anymore.
That's really
And
beautiful.
right, it's like they need to be left alone, right? They like things like they're out of joint, like things don't line up, and the point, like when you change one thing,
Your
like
sound is off apparently. Sorry to interrupt you on your.
it says close and reopen.
No sound for me. No sound. I lost sound. Oh, okay. So never mind. Someone exited the app and restarted and got audio again.
Huh. Well, I don't know what's going on, if we're getting sound or not.
Well, I'm listening. So.
Yeah. What was I talking about?
Patterns.
All right. Well, I'm not restarting the live. Hopefully this works. Pattern pieces. Yeah. So. Yeah, like I was talking about patterns, right? So there's a few changes that we can make that are simple, right? So like if you want to make the length of a pant longer, if the bottom is straight, it's very easy. You just like change a number. If the bottom's tapered, you get the taper changes, and there's little things that still have to get adjusted. But if you want more complicated fit changes, like all these points are connected in strange ways, right? So if you wanted to like add something here, right, you gotta like essentially cut it open, and then you gotta figure out where that fabric goes, right? Like there needs to be more fabric, so you're like splicing, but like where are you cutting to? Like where is it going? Like how are you getting the extra fabric in there? And so now everything's getting wider. Now the angle on this pocket is changing. Now how it's gonna like go into the waistband is changing. Now you gotta change the waistband, right? And then once you change the waistband, like you might have to change the back. You might have to change the pockets, right? So it can get chaotic really, really quick. And so with the Traveler, like it just got to a point where like, it's not that it's super damaged, but nobody wants to look at that pattern right now because it's too chaotic.
That's what you did.
Yeah. It's just not in a healthy spot, and it's just easier for us to start fresh and make similar things. And there's lots of shirts and shirt jackets that are out there that are quite similar to the Traveler. Not exactly the same, but if you're looking for like an overshirt type vibe, we got you. Maybe not with the exact configuration of pockets that the Traveler had, but there certainly will be overshirts. Color decisions. I mean, these I think are slightly legacy fabric. But color decisions is a combination of, sales in the past and what we're feeling, really. And so, we get in different moods, and we vibe on different colors. We usually have like a color, like a reference image or some kind of, reference point that we can look at and be like, this color space is what we're excited about right now. And so, yeah, and color is a whole art form. Do we know the price for the two pockets? No. Maybe someone somewhere, but I don't know. We'll get the pages up hopefully like by either tomorrow or Friday. Why no vanilla duckworks? Okay, that's a good question. There's two reasons actually. A, they're not making the fabric anymore, so they didn't have any vanilla left. So we couldn't have even gotten it right now. But even that aside, the reason we stopped doing vanilla duckworks is because there's something wrong with that fabric and shit bleeds into it constantly. There's basically like when you have a white nylon and a cotton next to each other, or a white cotton and a nylon next to each other, like weird shit happens. And it's something we don't 100% understand. Certain fabric mills actually have like these huge, like there was one mill we used to buy from that had this crazy thing about nylon bleeding that was in every fucking PO or every order confirmation. Right, yeah, they literally had it as a watermarked in the back, like warning about they sold a lot of nylon. And we were like, this is crazy. Nylon almost never bleeds, until we found it with the duckworks and had nylon pocketing. And we were like, this is sketchy as fuck. Like anytime you see the dye moving from one fabric to another, to me that's sketchy, because that means there's chemicals moving. Right, the chemicals are supposed to stay in the fabric, period, right? And if they're locked in there and they're bound in there, like they're inert, like it's not really stressful. But if the chemical is leaving the fabric, like that means it's like touching your skin, and who knows what's happening, right? And we want to avoid that. And so I think it's pretty much, there's a combination of like the bleaching agents in the nylon and the cotton and the dyes, like that creates like some kind of chemical environment. We don't see it like any other time. But it's sketchy. And so no vanilla duckworks. Duckworks, when not, we were hoping for January. It's not going to be January, but it will hopefully be maybe February or March. Duck do with slash pockets. I mean, that's a little complicated, but I guess we could think about it. Well, there's not that much duck left, so it probably won't be duck, but another product? I don't know. Do's with slash pockets? I don't know if that makes... It's kind of like the works, basically. It's close to the works.
Close to the works.
Yeah. All right. Any last thoughts, Willie?
Um,
Want to give people a tease for the year?
these new bomb dues are, I'm obsessed with them.
Oh, bomb dues soon.
That's it.
Bomb dues soon.
That's the taste.
Yeah.
That's the
All
tasting
right.
menu.
Amazing. Duck paints. I mean, we got to figure out what to do with the last of the duck. I don't know if paints are in the equation or not, but
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. We're gonna get the duck works out first.
Yeah.
We're not rushing this. Anything to say? Anything you see on the internet? Anything crazy?
what's the news?
Nothing great.
Oh man, people are going, wow, duck crop jacket. Yeah, there's all kinds of duck things we can do. But on that note, we're out. Peace. We're just warming up, and stay tuned. A lot more to come. Later.